The second biggest mistake that students and families make in college admissions is not understanding the types of colleges and universities in the United States and the traits that distinguish them. When giving talks, this is often the thing that surprises families the most. College education is different in every department, and it's different depending on the size and scale and mission of the university. There are three major pools of colleges and universities in the United States, and I want to describe them to you so that you understand the major differences and the types of traits that go with each type of university. The first pool we call public research universities. These are brand names like UCLA, University of Florida, UT Austin, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, North Texas State, or University of Houston here in Texas. These universities typically have between 25 and 55,000 undergraduates. They are research-oriented, meaning the universities and the professors make their money and their prestige based on the research results that they publish. For students who are undergraduates, you need to know that the major drawback at a public university is the lack of support, and secondly, the large class size. It doesn't mean that students at University of Texas do not get support. It's just that you have to go after it and be self-directed. Students who go to a school like UT Austin have to understand in their first 2 years that they'll be sitting in classrooms with 100, 200, or even as many as 1,000 students in an Intro to Psych or an Intro to Biology course. As a student moves through the common curriculum and into their major in the second 2 years of their time on campus, classes will get smaller, but they will typically still be lecture courses in the 35 to 50 or even 100 students per class. Students in these classrooms do not have the chance to raise their hands or meet with professors for in-depth discussion after class, in general that is. Most students who do well at public research universities are the students who can learn in a self-directed way. They can pick up a book, read a text, listen to a lecture, and quickly figure out what it is that they need to know in order to do well in the course. When it comes to career services, academic support, internships, study abroad, schools like UCLA or UT don't offer a lot of one-to-one individualized attention and support. It tends to be the student's own motivation and own learning that drives access to those programs. In terms of the curriculum, schools like UT or UCLA have as many majors as one could dream of, including specialized areas like the animal sciences, graphic design, film and television, and all the traditional academic paths. Students who need a very specialized education will most likely be attending a public research university because they're most likely to have one of those highly specialized programs. Socially, schools like University of Georgia, UT Austin, Texas A&M have a lot of energy. 50,000 young people living in very close proximity creates a buzz and an energy that's hard to match. These schools also tend to have big sports, with football, basketball, and baseball games being well attended and high centers of attention in the community. The second pool of schools is what we call private research universities. These schools would include the Ivy League schools, NYU, in Texas schools like SMU, Rice, TCU, and Baylor, and tend to have 5,000 to 10,000 undergraduate students attending. Some are larger. USC has some 17 to 19,000, NYU is around the same, and Syracuse has as many as 25,000 undergraduates. So it is not uncommon at these schools to have class sizes that are 100, 200, or even 300 in introductory classes. But in general, as a student moves to upper division courses in his or her major, classes will get smaller and professors will be more supportive. I would say that it's average to have upper division courses seating 25 to 35 students, and maybe even a couple courses at an NYU or a Harvard or a Tufts to be in the dozen seminar style course. In terms of the curriculum, private research universities tend to have a pretty broad set of majors. A school like NYU or USC offers almost anything one could need, but they may not have every single major that you're looking for. Business and engineering are offered at most of these private research schools. However, some schools do not offer business or engineering, especially in the Ivy League. The student body tends to be mostly middle class and above, with a few underprivileged students. Some of the schools do a great job at diversity, others of them don't. Public research universities tend to be the most diverse schools in the country. When it comes to social life, 5,000 to 10,000 students will always provide you with something interesting to do. You'll never be bored, but they may not have the same buzz and energy of a University of Florida or a University of Michigan. The third pool of schools in the United States is what some people call liberal arts colleges, but I refer to them as teaching universities. Unlike private research and public research universities, the professors at these schools are not paid to do research. They may be doing their own intellectual research, but they're paid to teach undergraduates and to guide and mentor them. Liberal arts colleges, brand names would include Amherst, Williams, Pomona, Claremont McKenna, or in Texas, Trinity University or Southwestern, tend to have around 2,000 students and have small classes from the first day you step on campus. Most classes are less than 25 students, and many will be taught seminar style with 5 to 15 students working closely with professors and discussing the material and debating the ideas that they confront. When it comes to the curriculum, most liberal arts colleges are more traditional in their offerings. They don't have as many pre-professional or specialized areas of study to major in. They may have a few classes in graphic design, but they won't necessarily have a graphic design major. Engineering and business are offered at most of the Texas liberal arts colleges, but are not offered at most liberal arts colleges nationwide. Socially, 2,000 students is not going to have the excitement and energy of 10,000 or 50,000, but the advantage at a liberal arts college is that you can get to know just about anyone on campus and also have an intimate relationship with your professor and the staff of the school. That brings an advantage when it comes to getting help, when it comes to learning support, internship assistance, getting your first job or applying to graduate school. It's not uncommon that at a teaching university, they'll pick up the phone, call an alumni or a potential graduate department and advocate on your behalf. I hope these 3 brief descriptions gives you a better sense of the types of education and types of social experiences on offer at colleges in the United States.